Jose Bautista was the cockiest, loudest, and most hated player in baseball throughout his career. Teams threw at him.
Bautista homered earlier, and I think this is what this was all about.
There's no doubt Jose Bautista thought that was intentional.
Players punched him.
Rudin said, nope. Whoa!
I think Bautista got all he could handle.
And fans heckled from the seats.
Bautista, what's that in your back pocket, dude? Like your checkbook? You know, you got everything but a base hit tonight.
Actually, my checkbook, you don't get in my back pocket.
But no matter what happened, Bautista always got revenge.
Bautista drives it deep to left. He's amazing.
You know, in all my years watching baseball, I don't know if I've ever seen a guy rise to the occasion when he feels like they're trying to throw at him.
But before the home run title, the legendary bat flip, and everything that followed, he was unwanted by countless organizations. His constant movement from team to team mirrored his underwhelming performance on the field. In fact, between 2004 to 2008, his negative 2.9 WAR figure ranked as the 5th worst among field players. He had pop in his bat, but wherever he went, he struggled to let his talent shine through. So at 27 years old and with his 5th big league club in the Toronto Blue Jays, many deemed it his final chance at establishing himself as a major league player. But his tenure up north began in similar fashion.
And Perkins gets his 3rd strikeout.
But thankfully for him, his ability to play both third base and the outfield allowed him to stay with the team the following season as a utility player, where he continued to put up middling offensive figures. With this in mind, he was an easy non-tender candidate, but all of a sudden, something clicked in September.
The fastball, and this one is hit in the air to left field, and well hit at that, and you can kiss that one goodbye. 3 in Boston as Bautista belts at center field. Gutierrez is at the wall, and you can kiss that one goodbye.
Final 2-up. High drive to left. More home runs for the Toronto Blue Jays.
So that's now 5 in 6 games.
During the final month of the season, he broke out, launching 10 home runs with an over 900 OPS in 30 games. After 5 grueling years, the ability scouts knew was in him finally started to take over, and as a result, the team tendered him a contract for the 2010 season, where he was able to carry over his newfound momentum with month after month of stellar play, blowing past his previous career high in homers in June, en route to becoming the single-season leader for the Jays at 54.
This one is to right field and deep. This ball is gone. Unbelievable.
At 29 years old, it was a long time coming, but he had finally become the formidable power hitter he always dreamed of being, allowing him to get revenge on the numerous teams that gave up on him throughout his career, because now he was an MLB star.
To these fastball
There's
hitters.
a fastball hammered to left. This ball is gone. And just like that, the Orioles have given up the lead.
It's Beck. Breaking ball. Hit high into left field. Nobody is moving. It's gone. Home run. Right out of the park. Jose Bautista.
Long drive left field. Podsednik turns and watches it sail away. Home run Bautista.
With his newfound home run power, he was making headlines everywhere, especially within the division.
High drive left field. This ball is out of here.
His 2-run blast put the Jays up against the New York Yankees, something starter Ivan Nova didn't take lightly, and made sure to express his frustrations during their next encounter.
Bautista walking to the mound, and Joe Girardi is out to talk to him, and we got one going here.
Bautista homered earlier, and I think this is what this was all about.
There's no doubt Jose Bautista thought that was intentional.
Bautista didn't take kindly to Nova's inside fastball, gesturing toward the mound as both benches cleared. But when the dust settled, Nova got the last laugh, retiring Bautista on a fly ball to center. For this reason, he stepped up to the plate a few innings later, ready to take revenge.
Bautista, long drive to left field. He's done it again. 3-2 Blue Jays. All Jose Bautista. A little retribution in his own mind.
He crushed the 0-1 offering to deep left field for his 40th home run of the season. and made sure to admire his game-winning shot with a slow jog out of the box and a menacing stare to the pitcher. But for a different division foe, they never seemed to learn their lesson.
Bautista strikes out, and then O'Day animated as he walked off the mound, and Bautista took exception.
With the Jays threatening to take the lead, Darren O'Day struck out Bautista to retire the side and celebrated while he walked off the mound, which Bautista immediately took offense to. So when he stepped up to the plate against O'Day the next day, he made sure to make no mistake.
There goes Davis. Bautista drives it down the left side. This is a home run! Jose Bautista! And he had something to say for him here as he reached home plate.
With 2 outs in a tie ball game, Bautista put the Jays on top with a 2-run shot down the left field line, silencing O'Day as the home team claimed victory. Now, you would have expected him to learn his lesson the same way Nova and the Yankees did, but instead, he kept going at him.
At the big final out in the 7th inning, and that one hit him.
He hit him on June 14th, 2014, and again a few months later.
Bautista's hit by O'Day, and now a warning issued by Chad Fairchild.
He had hit him twice in a row, and the following season, O'Day kept gunning for him.
That went over his back, and somehow LaVarn Wayne caught it.
It was the 3rd straight time O'Day had come in on him. Bautista knew he had to pay.
Bautista drives it to left and deep. Get up! Down! His 4th home run against Darren O'Day.
It just seemed that no matter the mind games O'Day tried to play with Bautista, he could never rattle him at the plate. In fact, during their 28 battles against each other, Bautista sent 4 balls into the seats, hit almost 400, and had an OPS north of 1500. There's no denying that Bautista got his revenge for all the times he was beamed. Before another Oriole reliever, his lesson would come soon.
Bautista looks out at the pitch. That ball went behind him. Darren O'Day threw one behind Bautista in Baltimore, and then later on in the same at bat, he hit a home run.
With the game as good as over at 11-4 in the Jays' favor, Jason Garcia threw behind Bautista, a fatal mistake.
Bautista drives it deep to left. He's amazing, and he enjoys it. Garcia threw one behind his back. It rattled his cage, and he goes deep.
You know, in all my years watching baseball, I don't know if I've ever seen a guy rise to the occasion when he feels like they're trying to throw at him.
As he watched the ball soar into the stands, he launched his bat into the air to assert his dominance. And while rounding the bases, he used some choice words to express himself.
And then Flaherty and Bautista, near second base, had words for one another. During the break, Bautista was running out to right field, and I think Adam Jones had something to say to him. He said, they threw behind my back, and that's why he's upset, and then I hit a home run.
After the game, Orioles outfielder Adam Jones clarified his frustration, saying, "Respect the game. I know he does, but at that moment right there, he didn't. And when it happens against my team, I'm going to take offense to it." But for Bautista, he couldn't care less.
I'm an emotional player, and I play with a lot of passion. You throw at me, you know, and I'm not going to forget. And if I get you right after, then I'm going to enjoy it, and I did.
He got the best of the Orioles throughout the early 2010s, but every year the Jays came up short in the playoff race, while the Orioles were eyeing their 2nd consecutive AL East title. For this reason, they remain confident.
At the end of the day, I think we'll have the last laugh.
But first, a quick word for today's sponsor, BetterHelp. When I think back to my time living in Germany, I'm hit with this deep nostalgia. I met incredible people, experienced a different culture, and made memories I didn't realize would mean so much. Now that I'm back home, I haven't seen those friends in years, and sometimes I wish I could go back. Just one more dinner, one more night of laughing about the little things that felt so ordinary at the time. These days, my life is pretty structured. I play soccer, make videos, and stick to my routine. But every now and then, I drift back and wish I could relive some of those moments. Therapy can help you process feelings like that, understand why they linger, and learn to appreciate the present. BetterHelp, the sponsor of today's video, makes getting started easier. A licensed therapist will listen, ask questions, and give you tools to make positive changes. To get started, just fill out a short questionnaire, and in most cases you'll match with a licensed therapist in just a few days. And if it's not the right fit, you can switch at any time at no extra cost. BetterHelp also accepts HSA and FSA cards. And in 2024 alone, more than 137,000 people use their benefits for therapy. And the best part, when using code GREENLIGHT or by going to betterhelp.com/greenlight, you get 10% off your first month of therapy. With Jones, Chris Davis, and Manny Machado leading charge on the offensive side, many predicted the O's to remain atop the East. But thanks to two midseason trades, Josh Donaldson's breakouts, and the steady bat of Bautista anchoring the Jays lineup, they overcame a mediocre 45-46 start to the year to secure their first division title since 1993, and they clinched it in Baltimore.
Blue Jays can celebrate their first division title in 22 years.
In poetic fashion, the Jays were able to clinch the division at the home ballpark of their doubters, giving Bautista and his crew the opportunity to make their playoff debuts. Their first challengers would be the Texas Rangers. With an 88-74 record, the Rangers had one of the lowest win tallies in the playoffs. But don't let that fool you. They were right there with the Jays as the two hottest teams in the American League down the stretch. Bearing this in mind, many geared up for a hard-fought battle. But early on, Bautista's playoff dreams were dwindling.
And now Odor with a drive. And it's gone.
Don't blink. And he lines it to center field. It'll drop for a hit. Pillar's on it. Here's the throw to the plate. It is not in time.
Despite a 53-28 home record during the regular season, the Blue Jays migrated south trailing 2-0, a deficit many declared to be insurmountable. But with their backs against the wall, they just had one goal in mind: get the series back to Toronto.
Playoff pitch, and Tulowitzki with a drive. Deep left field and gone. A two-run home run off the bat of Josh Donaldson, his second of the series. Blue Jays take an early 2-0 lead.
I don't think I've ever met a guy as confident as Donaldson is right now in his abilities.
Against all odds, the Jays took both in Texas. And while Bautista was held quiet for his standard, everyone understood that he only needed one pitch to leave his mark on the series. And it just so happened that he was stepping up to the plate in the most critical part of the series.
1-1 from Tyson. Bautista with a drive. Deep left field. No doubt about it.
The Blue Jays dugout has erupted as they greet Bautista at the edge of the track.
He had hit over 250 home runs in his career, but this one was by far his biggest, capping it off with a legendary bat flip that sealed the Jays' first series victory in decades. His bat flip was hailed as heroic by teammates, and for many fans, including myself, it was one of the greatest moments we had ever witnessed. But not everyone shared that sentiment. His bat flip sparked conversation between old and young about respect in the game, especially the Texas Rangers, who were upset over his actions. With this in mind, it was no surprise when Bautista was plunked the following season. So with a furious Bautista on first base, he was looking for revenge.
Beltrake ducked off a club hop, and the throw is wide down the line, and there we go to find second. Rudnick said, nope. Whoa!
I think Bautista got all he could handle with that.
Oversliding second base to break up a double play had been a common tactic employed by runners. But knowing the history between the two sides, Rougned Odor retaliated and landed a clean punch to the face. Not gonna lie, little me watching my favorite player get punched in the dome was tough to see. But anyways, Bautista later expressed his side of the story.
Pretty surprised. You know, obviously that's the only reason why he got me, and he got me pretty good, so I have to give him that, but takes a little bit of a bigger man, I guess, to knock me down.
He spoke with confidence, calling Odor weak for being unable to knock him down. But regardless, the baseball world went into a frenzy. For once, it appeared Bautista was the one on the receiving end of payback. But just 5 months later, he had the chance to assert his dominance again as the two sides met in the playoffs. And this time, with the bat flip and punch, there was even more tension ahead of first pitch.
You're right, Joe. I've seen standing ovations, but I don't remember many standing boos. Public enemy number one as far as baseball is concerned here with Rangers fans.
Unlike the year before, the Jays were viewed as underdogs. But right away, Bautista and his boys flipped the script.
And Bautista up the middle and a base hit. A run will score. Bautista sends one to left, and there she goes. Jose Bautista strikes again and opens this one up to a 10-0 lead.
Bautista drove in 4 runs to power his team to a dominant 10-0 victory. And from there, the Jays kept on slugging.
And that one's driven left field. Another home run for the Blue Jays.
No matter the pitcher the Rangers sent on the mound, they were unable to stop the Jays' elite offense, allowing them to bring out the brooms in Toronto.
The second out there, throw to first. Oh, and what a play! But here comes a runner, Donaldson. He's saved! He's saved! The ball game is over! The Blue Jays are moving on to the ALCS!
It wasn't in the form of a home run or a thrown punch, but Bautista got the sweetest revenge of all, victory. It's what he did throughout his career. He made the countless teams that gave up on him pay by becoming the most prolific home run hitter in the sport. He punished numerous pitchers for throwing at him, silenced doubters. He got his revenge on Odor and the Rangers, immortalizing the phrase, "Would rather be punched in May than knocked out in October." A legendary quote to punctuate an even more legendary career. Thank you so much for watching until the end of the video. If you enjoyed, make sure to subscribe, and if you'd like to watch another, YouTube recommends this one.